Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? This is another episode of Aftermath. Of course, we've had some interesting boxing going on this past weekend, this Friday and Saturday, and I'd like to discuss it with you and see if any of y'all got anything to say. I also got to talk to you about a couple of things, a couple of personal things. If y'all have the patience and y'all want to talk with me about it. That's also up on the agenda for tonight. So, I'm going to wait till we get a few more people in here. Let's change this around. In the meantime, I want to share. I play this. I told you guys I was going to play this every episode because it's this is Gen X and what we're going through. So let me share this. Get this up here. Make sure I share sound. Here we go.
Snap, crackle, creak, and then I pop. It's how my body sounds every time when I get up. Joints are crackling like the cereal. Getting older can be such a pain, but I'm still an OG, even with my walking cane. I got orthopedic Nike, so my feet are not in pain. Cause comfort's more important when you're older. My arthritis acts up when it gets colder. Gravity is pulling down on my shoulders. It's like I'm shrinking each year I get older. From 6'5", now I'm down to 6'1". And staying home all night is my idea of fun, yeah. From this OG's perspective, gotta be in bed by 9 is now my brand new objective. Cause I gotta get plenty of sleep, lie by my feet. Cause I know I'm gonna wake up and pee. I hold it all day, then I pee all night. Just like a baby who's confused and thinks the day is the night. I drink my coffee every morning to warm my blood. Cause it's gonna take a minute to start me up. But once I get going, I ain't never gonna stop. Unless you wanna hang out after 9 o'clock. My bones snap, crackle, creaking, and then they pop. Snap, crackle, creaking.
There you go. Anyway, let me get that done there. That's how I feel every day, man. Every morning, that's how I feel. I can't help it. It's just the way it is. I hope you enjoy that, man. Again, I'm going to play that all the time. Just saying, every time I have a show, I'm going to play that because that's how I feel. Until I start losing more weight. Once I lose more weight, I'm pretty sure I won't be in as much pain. Oh, by the way, I got some good news. My weight is down to 311. Last week it was at 313.6. I am at 311.2. So kudos to me. Still on that. Yeah, it seems like it's taking a long time and going slow, but I also feel like it's weight that's going to be permanently off. So I'm looking forward to it. Right now, my immediate goal is getting down to below 300. So, wish me luck on that. I really, really need all the positive vibes you can send to me to help me lose this weight. The more weight I lose, I think the better I'll feel. And today was a real difficult day for me. I was not feeling the greatest, but I forced myself to do things I had to do. And it's that simple. So even if you feel shitty, you got to do the walks. I've been walking more. There was a time where I couldn't even walk to the door of my house. And now I'm walking down to, first I started walking to my mailbox, and now I'm walking down to my neighbor's mailbox. So that's a good thing. And I'm just glad that I'm able to walk that much. As far as walking goes, I want to be able to make it down to the corner store. Karma, how you doing? Karma, mwah. Thank you for coming by. I thank you for that, saying you got this. I appreciate that. I really do. You're a sweetheart, Karma. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, it means a lot to me. I'm going to share this with you guys every step of the way. Like I said, I was at 313 pounds, 0.6 last week. And now I'm at 311.2 this week. Now, mind you, a little over a year ago, I was at 379. Dude, I was in bad shape. That's what I weighed just before I went into the hospital last August. I was in bad shape. Literally, I almost died. And so it's important that I take this serious, and I really need you guys to jump on my case. If it looks like if you guys catch me fucking drinking a soda on cam, fucking tell me. Seriously. If you see me, if you see me drinking anything other than a fucking bottle of water, y'all need to just like jump on my shit. I can't do it. I gotta stay strong on this, and I need you guys' help. And I gotta tell you, Mark has given me a lot. Mark Unrivaled Boxing Talk. He's given me a lot of advice, and also Jedi and OG Boogie. A lot of you guys have been in the corner for me and walking me through this and helping me get through it. So I appreciate it. But it's important. It's a huge goal to me to get down below 300 pounds. That's my goal. And then after that, I'll set another bar for me to get to. OG Boogie in the house. What's up, man? Yeah, see, I was saying, Felipe, yeah, the water, man. It's the only thing about me and water is that I have to have it cold. If it's not ice cold, I won't drink it. So I constantly have bottles of water in my freezer, and I'll go through. Right now, I know I'm not drinking enough, but I go through about 4 or 5 of these a day. I know I need to drink more. Someone told me I got to drink an ounce of water for every pound of weight. I don't think I could drink 311 bottles or ounces of water in a day. I don't know if that's even possible, man. OG Boogie says, yeah. Yeah, but OG Boogie has been giving me a lot of tips too, and Jedi, and so I appreciate that. But guys, keep me on the right track. Again, if you see me drinking anything else other than water on cam, jump my shit. Seriously, jump my shit. I really need that. Another thing, if you guys notice, I've been being more serious. Hey Brian, what's up, brother? How you doing? Oh, I can't be on here for long. What's Brian saying this week? Yo, Electrojet, I can't be on here for long. Low battery and no electricity. I'm sorry, brother. I'm glad. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you being here, brother. We're going to be talking about this weekend's fights. I just want to get all this stuff out of the way. Let's see what OG Boogie here says. Basically, within 24 hours, you can be able to drink 1 gallon of water because let's say when you used to drink soda, how many? Fuck, dude. No lie, I went through a liter, maybe a liter and a half, a 2 liter bottle of Mountain Dew or Coke, but mostly Mountain Dew. I just cut out the soda. I might drink a soda with dinner, but I'm cutting that out too. So I can't drink anything with sugar in it. And if I have to have something with a sweetener in it, I'll use honey instead of sugar. I'm trying to stay with sugar. Is evil, man. Sugar is evil. It's evil for me. But I'm gonna throw the link up there because I know Brian. He's got limited amount of time. Copy. If you want to get up here and chit chat, so we could talk about this weekend's fiasco and fights and stuff like that, because that's what I want to talk about. There's the link. Now, guys, if you look at what's scrolling on the bottom, and this is totally voluntary, totally voluntarily. That if you want to come up, oh, there's Brian. Hey, Brian, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Yo, all good.
All
Our
good. Yeah,
having no outside today. It seems to be all right here. So yeah, that's one of those one. How you doing, Electrojet?
I'm doing better. OG Boogie says raw honey is better than any sugar, but my question was to you: how many liters of soda did you use to drink within one day? Yeah, it was between 1 and 2 2 liter bottles of soda a day. No lie, OG.
Yeah, I
That's
used
how
to.
much I drink.
I used to drink 4 liters a day.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
I don't do that anymore, but I do force myself to drink water. But I'm telling you, if it's cold water, ice water, I love it. I drink it.
Yeah.
I drink it down. I really do. I love it.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, if you read my ticker down on the bottom, um, I'm taking streaming a little more serious, especially with the boxing talk. If
Yeah.
you notice, I do these boxing talks after each main event on the weekends, and I always call it aftermath. You can donate on the bottom to the either the what do you call it, the Cash App,
Yeah.
or through PayPal. Either
Yeah.
way, the links are down there on the bottom. You can donate at on Cash App at $ ElectroJed65 or PayPal me. Uh, yeah, PayPal.me/ElectroJed. That's totally voluntary. That's not, I'm not, I feel uncomfortable doing it, but I saw how much it costs for the VPN and I saw how much it costs for the StreamYard, and I can't put it up on my bill. I just can't. So if you guys want to help there, that's fine. LG Boogie in the house. What's
How
up,
you doing,
brother?
OJ?
What's up, Brian? What's up, ElectroJed?
How you
Yeah, all
doing,
good, guy. I tell you the truth, right? Prior to my electricity went off, I would say midnight, probably about 1 a.m. Sunday morning.
Why?
So,
What's going on?
just storms here, it's,
Yeah.
so yeah, my electricity's been out for near enough 24 hours.
Damn.
So, I didn't really get to watch the Jaime Mugia fight. But,
Man.
Dude, man,
you know,
look, I had reservations about that fight. All of you guys know I like Munguia. I like him. I think he's a very talented boxer. But I was worried Friday when he came in for the weigh-in. Dude, he did not look healthy, in my honest opinion.
Look, man, I'm going to tell you what I've been saying for the longest time. Jaime Munguia is motherfucking weight bullying. First of all, that tall motherfucker needs to be in 100. He needs to be in a fighting at 175 and above. Okay, that's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's been struggling for the longest to try to maintain, like when he was in 154. Man, he was weight bullying then.
Yeah, no, that's freaking true, right? I think if he moves up though, it's a bad move for him. So
yeah, he's
doing it correctly. He's that weight drain when he made the 160. Yeah, it probably hurt him, but like I said, he needs to either go to 168 because then he could make it comfortable. But I understand that they, spoon feeding him, and he's getting better.
Yeah, well, 39 fights, right? 39 fights. What's he's 24, 25 years old?
Yeah.
He should be spoon fed now.
Young Bill Boxing, what's up?
Yeah, he shouldn't be spoon feeding, but that's why I was trying to be all generous.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be, right? At this point, I don't really know how good Jaime Munguia is because I heard it was a one-sided fight.
Yeah, it was. Third round knocked out. It was garbage.
Yeah,
I'd like to welcome Right Side into the stream. How you doing, Right Side? How was your weekend, brother?
Man, salute to you, man. I didn't even know you had your own channel. And then I realized I subscribed to it way back. Oh, I don't know when I did, but I saw you live and I was like, bro, I gotta show him some love, man. Salute to you. And let's do it big tonight, brother.
Sure. I usually I do this after these guys know that these are part of the Four Horsemen. Me, OG Boogie, and Brian and Jedi. We usually do a thing called
Elbows of the 80s.
Elbows of the 80s, about wrestling. And these guys are part of the Four Horsemen. We're part of the Four Horsemen, and we hang around with each other all the time. That's right. Four Horsemen.
We got Ric Flair and Bobby the Brain and who what was his name? I can't even think of the other.
Well, me, I'm Electro the Midget because I'm only 5'5". So.
I'm Arn Anderson. I'm the enforcer.
That's the one. I Arn Anderson, baby. That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Look, I grew up watching. I grew up watching wrestling.
I bet.
I don't know.
Are you in my age group? Are you in the 50s?
Nah, bro. I'm 33, bro.
Oh, you just a youngin. See,
I'm a young buck. I'm a young buck in the game.
I came back in the day back when Bruno Sammartino, Larry Zbyszko, and Bob Backlund.
Hold up, Bobby the Backlund, the master wrestler.
When I was coming up, Larry Zbyszko, he was the commentator at that time.
Oh yeah, when I was coming up. Those days. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think about what OG Boogie said about Munguia being a weight bully? He was weight bullying because he should be at a higher weight. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, right side?
So first things first, and y'all don't hate me for this, but I don't believe in weight bullying. I believe if you make the weight, you make the weight. But yes. I say that to say this. For you to go in and for you to have to make the weight and then end up passing out after you because of trying to make the weight. And I know Jaime Munguia came out and said some things after the fight, saying he wasn't passed out. He had to lay down. Whatever he said, we all saw what happened. We saw what happened.
Right. So, passed out.
Right. He passed out. That's what I got from it too. But I'm not a big fan of the term weight bullying. The reason being is if you're willing to drain your body to make that weight, then I believe that it's going to take certain things from you to come in and be the best fighter that you can be. And so I think either way it goes, there are consequences to what you're doing as far as your body goes. So I'm not a big fan of the whole weight bullying thing. But at the end of the day, when you look at that fight, you could tell that Munguia was a much bigger fighter than Darrell. Not Darrell.
Dude, when he rehydrated, I guarantee you, when he rehydrated, dude, you see him in the weight when he did the weigh in, and then see him in the fight. That dude gained damn near 20. I'll say 20. I'll say 20. I'll say 24 pounds. He probably came in around fucking 180, 185, 184, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, but listen,
hence the reason
Demetrius Ballard's not a bad fighter, though.
But hence the reason he passed out at the whatchamacallit, because he had to lose so much weight that
but then that's his inability of not knowing his body. First of all, when I used to box, I stood around my fighting weight. You know what I'm saying? Even when I used to kickbox, whatever I used to do, I stay at my range, at my weight. I never try to, bulk up or none of that shit. Nah, fuck that. I did everything regiment, like a regiment workout. Everything was written down. Everything that I did, I write it down in a book. Then I see what was my development. If he don't have, and he's a professional prize fighter now, you don't got a fucking nutritionist or a physical therapist or something like that can get you in a regimen and keep you at your ideal performance rate, then why the fuck are you boxing? You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna hurt yourself. Yeah, or somebody's gonna hurt you.
Yeah, because I was heavyweight, I didn't care. I was like,
that's
right? I was like, I just stepped on the scales, whatever. Who am I fighting?
Yeah, that's the privilege of being a heavyweight.
Yeah, absolutely. But I didn't care. I was like, okay. It could be a Sunday morning, it could be hungover, whatever, and I'll be like, okay, be here at 10 o'clock for the weigh-in, go in for the weigh-in, right? Go out, step out for a couple of hours, come back. Who am I fighting? That's you know what I mean? Like,
hey Brian, I want to show Electro J. This is what water he should be drinking. Check it out.
Let's see. You better not. What is that? Alkaline 88?
Yeah. I drink River Rock soda.
Let me
so that's the bottled water I drink, but usually I drink from the tap straight. But I drink a bottle of water. It's
Oh, but
usually River Rock.
it has electrolytes and stuff like that added into it.
Well, it comes naturally from the minerals from the filtration. It's a natural filtration from the Himalayan rocks, and the minerals comes through. It's just like the best water that I like also is what do you call it? Fuck. It's that Fiji water.
Right. I got you.
Yeah. Because if you notice when you drink that water that you drinking and you still feel thirsty, you missing something.
Yeah. Dude,
That's you know
Isn't
most
that
of
Big Trouble in Little China? Here.
But what the thing I do?
that's Toad from Five Deadly Venoms.
Yeah,
He looks like the guy from Big Trouble in Little China.
You guys know that I do have a physical therapist that comes to my house twice a week, along with a nurse. I got my physical therapist that comes on Tuesdays and Fridays, and my nurse that comes. Everyone understands I got health issues and I'm working through them. That's why I'm on this diet.
That's why it's good that you having assistance, not only professionally like that, meaning to get your blood samples checked and see what is your body is how can I put it? Being susceptible to what you're doing.
Exactly, and and we keep records. In fact, I plan on getting because they're also going to, since I have to take my blood sugar, and I have to get my blood pressure taken every time they come here. We're going to set up a pad here where it automatically goes to the hospital that I go through, because I go through Love Lists out here, so it'll automatically be sent out to all the different doctors that I see. But anyway, moving forward, I'm going to check out that water. I'm going to see if they got it at my local Smiths and stuff like that.
No, they should have it at any Walmart, any grocery store, and it's very cheap. That's what most of the where I'm not going to mention it, but you know where I work at.
Yeah.
Okay. Most of the guys drink that. That's it.
Yeah.
But I'm really stoked, man. Down to 311. 311.2 from 313.6 in a week. It's only a little over 2 pounds. It seems like it's slow, but I get really amped up. I'm going to be real happy once I get below 310.
Bro, you just got to take it like I told my boy back in Afghanistan. I told my boy he wanted to get down under 200. And once he made the goal, he was like, man, it's taking forever. I said, bro, look, keep doing what you're doing. Keep eating right. Keep drinking a lot of water. Keep, stay away from the junk foods and all that shit. Next thing you know, that dude went down to, his goal was 200. He went down to 190. Nice. And he was like, that was his first time he ever made 190. And he right now he was a younger man than me. When I was training him and shit, he was fucking, I think he was 27. Because that's a shocking thing to me, seeing a fucking 6'3" Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I ain't being racist.
They grow Mexicans that tall? Really?
Yeah, bro.
I'm joking. I know they grow Mexican. I'm Puerto Rican, Dominican. Yeah, I know.
My battery's at 4%, so I don't know if I'll pop off soon. I'll just keep going until I do pop off. But
all right, no problem, Brian.
I'll just let you know.
Yeah, and this is another good supplement to take while every day if you have any blood sugar problems, or I'm not saying that you are pre-diabetic or anything like that, but this is good to regulate your blood sugar.
What is that? Cinnamon? What is that?
Cinnamon pills, 1,000 milligram.
I'm not really good at taking supplements because I take enough freaking medication throughout the day. But but
it's natural. It's natural, bro.
I got you. But let's get back. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose focus. Let's get back to the weekend's events. I want to talk about Jaime Munguia.
Yeah.
All right. Getting back on the subject on Jaime, my big thing is when he did the weigh-in. First of all, man, he looked soft as hell, man. He had no definition to him whatsoever. Where you see Ballard looked cut as fuck, man.
Yeah.
And so that kind of fucking worried me. And then of course him passing out and shit. Felipe, there you go. What's up? I know you said something earlier. Essence of Canelo. No, wait. I'm gonna get to Essence of Canelo and Garcia that shit in a second, man. But I was worried because I had Jaime Munguia at, you know how I like to do my percentages. I had Jaime Munguia winning 70-30. You know, I 70% to 30%. You know, and when I saw that and I saw how he looked and his eyes were sunken in, I had to put that 50-50, man, because I really worried he was not going to survive through the fight. Not that he was going to get his ass kicked, but that he was going to pass out.
Nah.
What?
No.
That wasn't going to happen.
Right. When I watched the fight, what was your impression of his performance? Let's start off with right side. Right side. What did you think of his performance and how you think he looked yesterday? Yeah, please. Right side, you there? You're muted, buddy.
Paging Mr. Right Side.
My bad.
Paging.
Look, I always get confused. I have the Streamlab up, but I also have the actual YouTube channel so I can comment in the chats. It always throws me off. But so I thought Jaime Munguia, I agree with you. I was worried about him after the weigh-ins, but when it came down to the fight, I thought he lost. I gave Ballard the first round. I thought Ballard jabbed well, went to the body well in the first round. But I think that overall, what Munguia was doing was finding his range, seeing what Ballard's power was going to be, because what became very evident to me in the second and third round is that I think Munguia got caught a few times by Ballard, but he realized that the power wasn't there. Munguia was the natural stronger fighter, even though Ballard did look cut up. He wasn't nearly, his punches didn't have nearly the same pop. I think that the game plan for Ballard was to use the jab, go to the body early, but once he got caught, and you saw it multiple times, the overhand right, I believe, was what initially caught him. And once he got caught the first time, he stumbled, and then he stopped coming forward. He stopped coming forward because he was worried about the power. And Munguia realized that he was worried about the power and did what he was supposed to do. He went and finished the fight strong. He was going to the body effectively, and I think he dominated the fight. He did what he was supposed to do, in my opinion, because looking at Ballard, his previous fights, I thought that Munguia was the better fighter. I thought Ballard would give him trouble if he was able to be effective with the jab and to use his lateral movement, but he didn't even really use his lateral movement effectively, in my personal opinion. So at the end of the day, I think Jaime Munguia, outside of passing out at the damn weigh-ins, I think he did exactly what he was supposed to do and put on a hell of a performance and beat somebody who had never been defeated and beat him very soundly and convincingly in his efforts. So much credit to Munguia, but I still think I'm ready to see him fight champions. And one thing I did want to say, I want to say one thing. Jaime Munguia pissed me off before the fight because he came out and said that he had just supposedly found out that Boo Boo Andrade, whatever the man, I don't know if it's Andrade, I don't know what it is, but because he's moving up to 168, he said that he wanted to fight Andrade. The problem I have is Andrade's been calling his name for a long time, and Munguia had never stepped up to the plate. And actually, while Andrade was calling his name, he called out Triple G, a fighter I think is out of his prime. And so I would prefer for him to have called out Andrade, whatever the man name is, earlier, and not say now that he's moving up to 160, I wanted to fight him, but I hear he's moving up. That's the only problem I have with Munguia.
It would be natural for Munguia to move up to 168 to fight him. Like that. I don't think that would be a problem for him. So, where's the excuse? I didn't see the fight, but from what I hear, it pretty much went how I thought. The one thing I thought Demetrius would do would cause him problems with his, his slickness, is in and out rhythm and timing. But from what I heard was,
this,
what?
His elusiveness.
Oh,
his elusiveness, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one thing I thought might cause Jaime Munguia problems, but that didn't seem to turn out to be,
Oh, you're talking about with Ballard last night?
Yeah, Demetrius Ballard. Yeah.
No, what is his name? No,
Demetrius Ballard.
Oh, that's his name. All right, Demetrius.
Yeah, I was calling him Demetrius, right? But yeah, right. That was the one thing I thought would cause him problems. But if he didn't use his quickness, his lateral movement, he was taking away his advantage. Because Munguia is very good when you stand in front of him. He's a good pressure fighter. When you stand in front of him, but if you got lateral movement, he fights a lot of flat-footed fighters. And that's something I've been saying about Jaime Munguia for a very long time. So, I'd love to see him step up his game. I'd love to see him fight champions, but,
I do too.
But
to be
they
honest,
protected him.
I want to see the level of. I want to see his opponents. I need him to step up the level of his opponents for sure.
Yeah.
If Andre did move up, and I heard that he did. I don't know for sure, but if he did move up, doesn't that put that belt up for? Are they going to have a what do you call it?
No, so according and you more or less a tournament for the belt. So
yeah, tournament.
According and I've heard different stories reported on this. So anything I say right here, please don't take it as the gospel. If I'm wrong, I have no problem admitting I'm wrong.
Right.
But what I've pretty much heard is that he plans to move up and make himself the mandatory for the WBA. Which is the belt he holds at 160.
For Canelo.
He wants go ahead.
Yeah, for Canelo. I'm agreeing.
That's a whole nother. We'll get into that in a second. We'll talk about it in a second.
But that's leading into what you're saying.
No. Well, no. I was gonna say this. I think at 160 though, according to his team, he still wants to take anyone who or he wants to fight anyone at 160 who wants to challenge for that belt. So it's almost a situation where he's in between belts, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but he can't do that. But okay.
Well, and that's why I said my question was how do you make yourself the mandatory without dropping the belt? But I've heard reports that if there is someone challenging for that belt, he plans to take that challenge. So
he has a challenge for that belt, the 160 belt. The reason why he said he was moving up to 168 to become the mandatory for that other belt to have the opportunity to fight Canelo. Okay, so if he does that, he will have to relinquish his 160 belt, and it becomes a free-for-all. Whoever is the next which is that what's that guy name? I can't remember his name. It starts with a J.
Janovic?
Yeah, Janovic supposed to have fought him for the belt because he's the mandatory to Boo Boo Andre's belt title.
I would love to see that fight.
Boo Boo does not want that fight to happen.
No,
that's my opinion. That's just my opinion.
I don't think he wants that smoke, but I do believe Jaime Munguia would love to take that fight. I think he'd take that fight if he could have it.
This is why I feel that fighters become disingenuous. They call out people knowing, like, okay, why Munguia calling out Andre? He already knows he's moving up to 168. It's been said already for a past while because he wants to be a contender for Canelo. He wants to get that big payday, and he wants to force Canelo into a fight because Canelo's been ducking him. They basically, because he's saying that he don't got a name and all this shit. Okay, whatever. So at least he's taking the initiative, which I commend that. He's going to take the initiative to try to get that fight. Okay. Fucking Jaime saying all this shit. Oh, I want this guy. Well, why you want him now? He's going up. You know what? I'm tired of these young fighters nowadays fucking say, oh, I want him, man. I want him, knowing that the other guy's going somewhere, and then they had the opportunity. You know how you do the opportunity? Sign the fucking contract. Submit a contract. Collaborate with that person. Okay, choose what's fair. Even if, like, with fucking Crawford, when what's his name? What's his name? Errol Spence told him, yo, I'll give you 60-40. Motherfucker, he's got 2 belts. You got 1 belt. You want to get that smoke. You on the other side of the street, like he said, you don't know the side. Well, okay, motherfucker. I'll take 40% to whoop your ass and take your shit. What the fuck?
Understand that. No, I know exactly where you're coming from, because that's my mentality as well. I say if you want something bad enough, then you go get it, take whatever they offer you, and then after that, if you whoop that ass, then you could basically write your own checks.
Exactly.
You know,
so
that being said, though, but that being said, you got to remember, though, with all the politics going on behind the curtain, you know, these promoters are the ones that are holding a lot of these fights up, in my opinion, because, like you said, you're on the wrong side of the street. I don't think promoters should have that much power. Oh, you got to be with us if you want to get a shot at the belts. That's bullshit. I think
that depends on the contractual agreement they made with that promoter. Now, you got to understand, if that promoter brought you up and now you in a different level and your contract is up, now it's time to renegotiate that contract. You got the buying power because you completed what you did with that promoter. So now you have the buying power into your own promotional company, your own shit, because you're the one that's actually doing everything.
I want to bring this back real quick. I want to bring this back to what we're talking about, just because in talking about Boo Boo Andre and Munguia, both of them are rocking with the zone. You know what I'm saying? They're both rocking with Matchroom. So it's a fight that should have been made much sooner. But this is the thing. I was looking at an interview with Chris Mannix and Andre and all of them, and Chris Mannix basically came out and said, well, you know, Munguia is not going to fight you. That fight's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen. So why do you keep calling for that fight? And for him to come out and say that, it makes a point, kind of to what the brother just said. And my apologies. What's your name, brother? I don't know.
Oh, it's OG Boogie. OG Boogie. This is right side. Right side. This is OG Boogie.
I see that Grambling. I can see that Grambling State.
Bro, that's not Grambling, bro. That's Georgia, baby.
Oh, that's Georgia.
This is Georgia, baby. Georgia. National champions, baby. I'm from. Hey, I rock with my dogs hard. So.
All right.
But I can see exactly, kind of what you were saying, or in this situation, I'm saying that because they're both on the same side of the street, I don't think promotional brands had anything to do with it. I think that at the end of the day, or Matchroom DAZN, they need for Jaime Munguia to be, and they need Jaime Munguia and Demetrius Andre to be very relevant right now, because
they
at a lot of the other weight
potential.
Well, right, and at a lot of the other weight classes, either Top Rank or the PBC, have more or less monopolized those weight classes. And so because they've monopolized those classes, Eddie Hearns and the Zone / Matchroom, they're kind of looking like it's horrible if we put our two biggest fighters or not our two biggest fighters at 160 up against each other. We gonna lose all the power that we have with those two fighters. So I think that once again, and me and my boy, we done been on a few panels together, and I've said from the beginning, the biggest, and he will tell you, the biggest problem with the sport of boxing is the boxing politicians. And that's exactly what we see going on now. The politicians have their fingers in the background on everything that's happening, and this is just a result of them being in control.
And it's got to stop. And I do think that we have more control than we give ourselves credit for. And like I said, I've been saying this on so many different panels. I wish I was smart enough to put it the way I see it in my head, but I ain't that smart. But the way I see it in my head, I think YouTube is the perfect platform. If we do it right and we have the right representation, YouTube would be the perfect platform to negate the power that these fucking promoters got. Oh, we got right side there. You got. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, I got you.
I changed devices. So it's gonna happen one more time. I'm going to smoke, so it's gonna happen one more time afterward. But I just switched devices. That's it.
No worries. But my thing is, I really wish I knew how to explain what was going on in my head. But I know YouTube would be the perfect platform to negate the powers that these damn promoters have. But again, it's something that someone smarter than me has to figure out.
I look at it like this. I'm a simple man, just like you just eloquently put, Electrojet. I look at it like this. First of all, it's just like if a contracting company you work for, you have a set skill level. Okay, you outperformed your contract, you have great reviews, and now you come up to the table again because now you coming up in the company. So you more valuable because without your resume, the company can't get the bid for the job. So are you going to allow them to put you aside, or you going to speak up and say, hey, I understood this when I was up and coming, journeyman level, blah, 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 whatever. You supported me. I got you where you projected, and now I'm moving forward. So this is what we need to renegotiate. I need a little bit more I need to rewrite this contract with my lawyer and your lawyer, and we'll get what both of us need. And that's how you fucking kill them. That's how you fucking put them in their fucking place. These boxers they got their side promotion because now they like, okay, we all know the Al Heyman blueprint. We all know the Eddie Hearn blueprint. He's going to try to make as much money and give you, if you're a superstar, like what he did for Canelo, what he did for Triple G, because he had both of them there. That's why they made millions of dollars for fucking DAZN because of that fucking double fight that they had. That's why they've been asking for Triple G, been asking for a trilogy, whatever the case may be, because it doesn't matter. The whole shit is they was holding the buying power. It's just like what Canelo did with De La Hoya. He said, oh, you want to fuck me? Fuck you, I'm out. Now he got his own shit. You see what I'm saying? So if
I'm glad he did that, just to because I'm glad more boxers are doing that. In fact, You know, I'm happy that more boxers are taking their careers in their own hands and becoming their own promotional company, and that's good. I'm all good with that. But I just hope that they don't go in the direction that I see like a Mayweather doing, because
Well,
I don't like.
that's on to the fighter. That's on to the individual. If you supporting this person and he's doing the like the heist move, why support him?
Yeah.
Show him by everybody as a collective. Oh, fuck you, we ain't buying your shit. And now they're gonna see, oh shit, they losing money. But they all about the big organization backing them. So how can we deter them as boxing fans? We can't be looking at them paying for their shit no more, especially they giving us garbage ass fights.
Somebody was put it perfectly the other day. I'm sorry. Did you broke up? Say, what were you gonna say? Oh, all right. Well, somebody at another channel put it perfectly. Like if YouTube were to do something like this, you got a purse, right? And you have 40, and 20 goes to the winner. That's perfect in my opinion. If you can get the YouTube you can get the YouTube community to come up with the money for a boxing for a boxing event, they're already prepaid for that pay-per-view. You show it here on YouTube, and you're paying the boxers however many millions. It's going to be 40, and 20 goes to the winner. That's perfect. I see that.
Yeah, but you got to understand, you have the sanctioning bodies fee, you have all this other fees.
But that's on the boxer.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You think the promoters are going to allow an outside entity just jump in and do that?
Get rid of think about that for a second. Think about that. If you all of a sudden think about this for a second, if you all of a sudden, all right, let's say that a YouTube channel, right, decided to do this, and they said, all right, we have raised from the YTBC, we have raised a $20 million purse. All right, I'm just throwing a number out my ass there. The boxing community has collected a $20 million purse, and this is what we want. We're going to give 20. We're going to give 40 and 40%. We're going to divide it up 40 and 40, and then the winner of the match gets the extra 20. What the fuck do the promoters say? The promoters can't say shit. That's what the boxers are.
Yeah, but then hold up. Hold up, knocking at the door. Yes, who is it? Oh, it's Uncle Sugar. I want my cut, my 40%.
This is the thing, and you know, I don't disagree. I would love to see something like that happen, but it's not going to happen at this current moment. And so the reason being is because, first off, with these fighters signing these different contracts with the promoters, it's almost like it's not even almost. It's signing exclusive deals, working with those promoters. So that's the first thing. But and one thing that I came up with. And this was just in the panel, just kind of, it was late at night. We were just kind of rambling about it. You know what I mean? And I was saying, what really has to happen is you have to have a lot of the major boxers, the big names in the sport of boxing, to take a stance and to form more or less a union. It's going to have to be more or less a union that they would have to form. The reason being is because as long as you have these different promotional companies, first off, even though people want to say, you know, you got Top Rank and PBC, if you ever notice, whenever it comes down to big fights, they always seem to make it happen and work behind the scenes with one another. It's the fights that they don't feel is going to make as much money, even though we want to see that fight.
Exactly.
Because they feel it's going to make as much money, that's when they choose not to work with each other. And so what's going to end up having to happen is the larger fighters who are getting the bigger purses are going to have to take the stance first. If they take a stance, then it'll set a standard that the individuals who aren't making those huge dollar amounts could also be able to fall in line with, as far as saying, we're no longer going to let PBC but then it always goes back to contracts. So then what's going to happen is if that were to happen, the same way that Top Rank just signed damn near the whole Olympic team for the U.S. You know what I'm saying? They signed them, and when they signed them, they signed to normally 3, 5, 7 year deals.
Right.
Bigger name fighters are usually 5 to 7 year deals, right? And so, trying to get out of those type of contracts and those type of things is going to be so much hell and high water and so much money that's going to be coming out of the fighters' pockets to do that most fighters aren't going to say is worth it. You're going to have to find individuals who are willing to sacrifice their bottom line for the sport for that to happen. And in today's climate and culture, I don't see a lot of individuals willing to do that. And so at the end of the day, as long as the PBC, Matchroom, Top Rank, and these other promotional companies are able to go out and say, we already have this established, look who we have fighting for us. When you come out or you need somebody to push you, and I use an individual like Devin Haney. Devin Haney, everybody wants to say he's not getting the fights because of this, that, what. No. The reason he's not getting the fight, because you have individuals like Bob Arum, who was promoting Teofimo Lopez at the time, Bob Arum, who was promoting Lomachenko at the time. Then you have, in this situation, Lou DiBella, who's promoting Kambosos. Bob Arum came out and told you from the beginning, we're not doing business with Devin Haney. The reason we're not doing business with Devin Haney is because he signed with the wrong promotional company.
Let me ask you a question. I don't mean to cut you off, but do you think that's fair? Do you think that's fair? Because I don't think a promotional company should be able to do that, especially when, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, Devin Haney, defend, even though he got his belt in a less than honorable way, which I don't agree with the way he got his belt. But the fact still remains, he has that belt, and he has defended it 4 times. Yet they're going to pass him over because he's on the wrong side of the street. What kind of justice is that? That's totally unfair in my opinion. But
the word you just used, and I'm gonna tell you like my great grandmother told me. You said, "Is it fair?" You know what fair is? It's a place that they judge pigs. That's what fair is. Okay, so there's nothing fair in anything dealing with business. Fair has no place in there. It's all about the bottom line. And so, do I think it's fair? Of course not. I agree with you that it's not fair. But these are the individuals in control of the sport, and regardless if the fans want it or not, that's what they're gonna do. The fans want to pay $75 to see Keith fight Mario. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I apologize.
No worries. Okay, with the Devin Haney situation. Okay, what's that guy's name? Jesus, the guy that's from Libica. Barbershop Conversation, I think.
That's Libica.
He had
Fred.
Yeah, Fred. He had Bill Haney and Jose Suleiman on his show, and they were chopping it up. And Bill Haney, from that whole conversation that I heard, Bill Haney said they had an opportunity to fight Lomachenko if they didn't take that interim WBC belt, because he was the mandatory for Lomachenko. And Bill Haney was the one that knew, and he said it, and I quote, you go back and listen to it, he admitted everything that I'm about to say. He knew that Lomachenko was going to take the franchise belt, not because of Lomachenko, it was because of fucking Bob Arum, and Jose Suleiman said that. And
can I chime in here?
Yeah, hold. Let me okay. Get it out. Let me get it out so I can remember this.
No, you did.
So Bob Arum was the one that said that Lomachenko team, which was Egis Claimus, said, yeah, Loma take that. Loma didn't even know, but Bill Haney already knew that he was going to take it. So he said, okay, well, he asked Jose Sulaiman. Jose Sulaiman said, please stop interrupting me. He told him that. He said, stop interrupting me. You know, I don't understand why we talking about this, Bill. You already knew, you know what I'm about to say. And then Bill jumped in and he interrupted him again. Then he came back. He said, look, we protected your son when he got his hand, when his hand was hurt. He was 24 pounds. He said, wait. You talking about the weigh-in? He said, no, after the weigh-in, he was 24 pounds overweight, and you told me that he was moving up to 140. Okay, but we put him champion in recess to help him, you know. So basically, Bill Haney, WBC, knew where they were positioning him because they got interest in his fees. Okay, because he's making money on anything that Bill Haney, Devin Haney fights. He's getting money off of it. Same way like the promoters, same way like the trainers, same way like everybody that's involved. So he had the opportunity to fight against Lomachenko, but he denied it because he rather took the interim belt, let Lomachenko fight Teofimo, and then Teofimo promised to WBC that he was going to give Devin Haney the fight, but he didn't because he wanted the easiest fucking fighter, which he thought it was Kambosos, and then that shit backfired. And with the Lopez family, they fucked up with Top Rank. Top Rank don't even they fucking despise him now because they fucked up on a business move. They turned their back on Top Rank and went with fucking Triller, and you saw what happened.
So this is the thing, and and once again, before I say anything, I want to go back to what I always say: boxing politicians, and Mauricio Sulaiman falls into that category of boxing politicians. The reason I say that is because of this. Even if he can get on there and tell Bill Haney, and honestly, I haven't seen the interview. I've heard about it. I have heard about it. I hadn't taken the time to go back and watch it. I watch Fred channel here and there, but I like I like the different interviews, those type of things. But I'm not I watch it. Let me say it that way. I'm not gonna say I'm not an avid watcher. I salute the brother for putting out the content he puts out. But I say that to say this: at the end of the day, if I were to ask you now, when the franchise belt was first created, even though and Lomachenko, he kind of told you he never requested. Mauricio Sulaiman can say his team did, whatever. I'm not sure exactly how it happened because there have been different stories that's come out about it. The problem is when it was first created, did that belt have mandatories? It did not, because Mauricio Sulaiman said the reason to franchise an individual is so that they can move freely to go fight for bigger fights, unifications, that type of thing, right? Well, when TL fought Lomachenko, the WBC, Mauricio Sulaiman, they went and changed the rules so that the belt was transferable, because from the beginning it wasn't transferable. Even Mauricio Sulaiman said that it's not even a title, it's a designation, according to what he said. And me and you, we will start to argue about whatever he said, but that's my whole problem with all of this. We should never be arguing about that because
no, there's no argument. You are telling the absolute truth. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying in that what I got from that interview between them. That's why Fred Barbershop. I think he didn't say not one fucking word through the whole shit. He just stood quiet, let them roll. They knew, and Haney knew also. He got fucked because. What does Jose Sulaiman want?
I forgot I was muted.
Money.
And then because he able to have a franchise designation.
Jed is talking.
Let me re-welcome Brian Harkin back. Thank you for coming.
My Alan Presley came back on. If it got back on, I was able to put my phone in the charger. Let's go.
All right. Continue. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Right side. Go ahead. Please continue.
No. You good, bro. This your channel.
Right side. Can I say something too?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. And to Jeremy Duncan, this is Electro Jazz Show. So keep it real.
Facts.
No, yeah, you know who Jeremy Duncan is. He knows what's going on. He's just not used to me being quiet. I'm usually yapping all the time. No, just so everyone understands, when we're talking about boxing, I want to hear everybody else's opinion and everybody else's view. And on my channel, everyone gets a chance to talk, and I let them finish what they got to finish their thoughts. I just don't want people, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to talk over anyone, just like I don't want no one talking over me. So I want to let everyone finish up. So that's it. But thank you, Jeremy. I know you're looking out, but good looking out. But yeah, don't worry about it. It's all covered. Please continue, please.
And no, I was just saying that the biggest problem is, even regardless of how that situation has played out, because people can change the rules on the fly, they can change the rules to fit. And like OG just said, the reason Mauricio Suleiman don't have a problem with it is because he getting paid extra money. Anybody who he has as designated or the actual world, whoever, anybody who has any type of title from him has to pay him sanctioning fees, and it increases his purse. And so, but at the biggest thing is he's caused so much confusion that people will get on and argue about undisputed, not undisputed, whatever, because of the confusion that's been caused. And at the end of the day, that's my biggest problem. It's not so much was Loma, and I've been in debates where people say Loma, that he was ducking. Loma wasn't ducking, in my opinion. He wasn't ducking, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
I personally don't think any of these fighters are ducking. I think people use that word ducking way too much.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's just too easy a way. That ducking to me, they use that word so much like pedo. They're just like throwing it. No, I don't think you guys are ducking each other.
They use the word ducking like they use the word racist.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go ahead.
No, I've heard people saying George Kambosos is ducking Devin Haney to fight Lomachenko. And to me, if you're ducking Devin Haney to fight Lomachenko, that's not a duck, because you're picking one top fighter for another top fighter. So, I've heard that narrative go around. At some point, Undisputed was never really a chat, really, because for me, Devin Haney is the WBC champion, and that's just a designated belt, the franchise. It's just another freaking designated belt handed to Lomachenko, so he doesn't have to fight mandatory. And he can move up and down in weight to fight other WBC champions of different weight classes. That's what that belt was originally designed for, and then they changed the rules. It wasn't transferable. Then what happened? He went to fight. What's his name? The guy who beat him. I forget his freaking Teofimo Lopez. He went to fight Teofimo Lopez, and they petitioned for that belt to be transferable. The Lopez team, so they got that. It changed, and then he goes to fight George Kambosos. Teofimo Lopez goes to fight George Kambosos. And at that point, I don't know if they petitioned for that belt, but it must be the new part of the rules now that it is transferable. So I don't know.
They did petition for it. Jose Suleiman. Yes, Suleiman.
Yeah,
had said in the interview that he partitioned and they had agreement, and also I'm not going to say Devin Haney, but it was Bill Haney that agreed to it. And they all agreed to it, but the thing was that Teofimo was supposed to fight Devin Haney to consolidate any claims of anything of the misdoing that WBC did. But that was the thing, that Teofimo didn't do that. He chose to fight Kambosos because he thought he was the weakest link. You see what I'm saying? That's
No,
where
I get you.
that's where the fighting shit, I don't think Devin Haney is scared of anything, and I don't think Loma is scared of anybody or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And same way with Kambosos, because now if Kambosos asked Haney, he said, okay, you come fight. He holds all the belts. You come fight me over that's like what's his name told Crawford, Earl Spence Jr. I own 2 of the belts. You get a belt, come fight me. And then Earl Spence said to Crawford, 60-40, I'll fight you.
Yeah.
And Crawford denied it. So Kambosos had put the offer to Haney. They never signed it. They sent back, Eddie Hearn sent back a contract bid to them that was ridiculous. And they said, no, you come fight me here.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you come fight me over here. I'm the champ. You come fight me. Okay, fuck it. You don't want it? Okay, put the next person in. Who's the next person? Lomachenko.
In my opinion, that's part of that. That's part of the negotiation. That's part of they
also
go back and forth just to get what they want.
Right. I've never said this. Sorry. I've never said this. Right. I agree with OG. I don't think Devin Haney's afraid to fight anyone. But I think there's an element of fear going to Australia, knowing it's like the Manny Pacquiao when he fought the Australian guy there and he got beat, right? You go to Australia, you're 3 points down. You're 3 rounds down automatically, maybe 4 rounds down automatically on the scorecards. So that means you're going to have to be punch perfect for. And I'm not saying Devin Haney's afraid of that, but maybe someone in his team going, I don't feel like
problem with
Australia. So they make negotiations harder.
What do you got to say to that, right side?
My problem is so first things first. It goes back to what I like to say: boxing politicians will screw this shit up.
Yep. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying. I'm not saying Devin Haney. I'm on about people in his team or people around Devin Haney or maybe his promotion. I'm not saying Devin Haney.
No. I'm with you. But this is the whole issue that I have. So I look at when Lou DiBella says that I'm sending the contract to you, right?
Yeah.
I have a hard time to believe it. The reason I have a hard time believing it is because and
HLD in the house. So I just wanted to acknowledge HLD here.
Salute to HLD, man. He a great fella, man. Salute to that guy. But my problem is with Lou DiBella saying he's sending the contract. Please tell me the last time Lou DiBella put a card on. And because he's not putting I can't remember the last time he actually put a card on. It's hard for me to believe that, because if he did do that, who are you fighting with? Who's putting up the money for the fighters? It's just hard for me to believe it, just because of his track record as far as putting on a card. The other thing,
Kambosos is
Lou DiBella is Kambosos' promoter.
Well, okay. Well, they got they're saying Loma, so they must be getting the money from somewhere.
No, Loma is gonna. The way that they're talking about the Loma fight is that it'll be put on. It'll be a joint promotion.
Yes.
Matchroom and Top Rank, where it'll be on ESPN and the Zone platforms. According to what I'm hearing, I could be wrong about that.
Well, that's fair enough. Generating money in boxing is hard, right? But I think the idea of Australia having its own freaking star would be a good thing for boxing, because if George Kambosos beats Lomachenko in Australia, no matter how it happens, right? It could be an absolute screw job, which I think is a possibility. I do believe that. I think it's a possibility. I'm not making excuses for anyone, but we saw what happened. I forget his name, but the Manny Pacquiao
versus Manny Pacquiao versus the
Joe Horn. It was
Yeah,
Horn.
Jeff
Jeff
Horn, the
Horn.
school
Yeah, Jeff
teacher.
Horn.
Horn. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Jeff.
you know, like
that was the politics of boxing, and also I think it
it's
was
home
Top
cooking.
Rank.
It's home
It
cooking.
was also Top
yeah.
Rank that was trying to push Pacquiao out because they wanted to promote Crawford better.
Yeah, it was home cooking. Also,
Yeah.
Like there was a fight a couple weeks back. But I think it was last weekend. Geez, my head's going. It was a close fight, and the home fighter got the win in the UK. The American guy came over, and I thought the American guy won. Geez, my head's going with the names.
Daniel Jacobs versus Ryder.
Yeah, right. I thought.
Hold on a second. Let me pull something out because I'm going to tell you. I seen that fight, and you know me with my scorecard. Give me a second.
I had John Ryder winning that fight. I thought that Daniel Jacobs he waned in the later rounds, and I had a couple swing rounds in the earlier part of the fight, so I wasn't mad. If it was, I think it was 7-5 for Ryder. I wasn't mad at that. If it would have been 7-5 for Jacobs, I wouldn't be mad. If it would have been a draw, I wouldn't have been mad. You know what I mean? I thought it was a close.
I'm going to be very honest. Look, this is what I got.
Go for it.
Check it out.
I thought
Just so
Jacobs
you guys
won
know.
that.
Dude, I had it a very close fight. I had Ryder 113, Jacobs 115. There was a swing round that could have went either way, which was round number 7. So, in my opinion, that round could have made the fight go either way. But yeah, that was a really close fight.
But
Yeah.
and other with that
So
fight,
you had a 7-5, Jed?
Yeah, I had it 7-5.
Okay.
I added it for the Jacobs, but it is what it is. Like a lot of people were saying that Jacobs got screwed there, but when you go to another country, there is always a bit of home cooking. It's the way of the world. You know what I mean? Like it's just how boxing was, and always will be. And I think when you go to another man's country and you're going to fight him and he's the champion, I think you expect that. I think there's a part of you knowing going into a fight you're a couple of rounds down.
I'll tell you who said it the best. Mike Tyson said it. Boxing is like politics. You got the red corner and the blue corner. You got the Democrats and the Republicans. You got you know what I'm saying? That's politics, man.
You got the homobots and the Decepticons. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you got the Autobots. Optimus Prime.
but this is the craziest thing that you say that, OG. And Mike the same birthday. And Mike Tyson is my favorite fighter because we have the same birthday, June 30th. He's older than me, but we have the same birthday. You feel me?
Yeah.
I call them boxing politicians strictly because I want you, when you hear me say politicians, that's exactly what I want you to put these people in those categories as far as the Democrats and the Republicans. Put them in the same category because that's exactly what it is. It's not about the people. It's about them filling their pockets at the end of the day, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on. And that's the exact reason I say boxing politicians is because I want them put in that same category.
I don't mean to break up the party here, but what I want to do now, there's two things I want to do because I want to slightly switch it up, but I also want to tell the chatters and everyone watching, guys, if you look at the ticker going down on the bottom of my screen, I'm putting down specifically. If you guys want to help support the channel, please do. The way to help them is through either my Cash App, which is $ElectroJet65, or paypal.me /ElectroJet. Look, I looked at the price for the VPNs, and I looked at the price to get the full version of StreamYard, and listen, I'm going to tell you guys, my ass is broke. I'll keep it going this way if y'all are happy with it, but if y'all help me out, I'll definitely get a better stream going. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way, and that's totally voluntarily. That's totally voluntary. I don't push you guys to do it. I'm just letting you know it's out there. That's number one. Number two, let's talk about Zepeda, William Zepeda. I know we're still hot on this subject, but I wanted to talk about this weekend's fights. I want to talk about William Zepeda. I want to get each individual's opinion and what they think of how that fight went, because I definitely have mine. Can we have
Which Zepeda?
William Zepeda?
He fought on the. He fought. I believe it was the Munguia's undercard. I believe it was Munguia's undercard.
Yeah, no, it was Munguia's undercard. It was one of his undercards.
I didn't get to see that fight.
Yeah, it was.
I saw the fight. And real quick, I think that it was a very underwhelming fight. I think it was a very sloppy fight. William Zepeda, I'm not even sure if the punch that was thrown really knocked him down. I'm not sure if it was a slip, knockdown. Don't know. I know it was called a knockdown. But at the same time, I didn't think that was his best showing. He did end up getting the guy out of there. I don't even remember the guy he was fighting. I don't remember his name.
It was a replacement fighter. He was meant to fight Caesar.
Yeah. And so, but I didn't think William Zepeda looked great in that fight. I thought he could have been much more dominant. I didn't think he had a lot of clean punches that connected. But I will say the guy he was fighting, there were a lot of times where he would just put his head down and kind of rush into Zepeda. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of an awkward situation. I think it was just an awkward fight, a very sloppy fight. And but I think William Zepeda did what he needed to do, but I don't think it was his best showing. I didn't think that.
So can I say this then? From what I'm understanding from your interpretation of the fight was Haraki Bukaki.
Yeah, something like,
Hold on,
Yeah.
what do you call it?
Haraki Bukaki.
I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds
It was very underwhelming.
it was very, very underwhelming.
yeah, some fights end up like that, right? It's awkward. Some fights are just awkward to navigate. Like OG Boogie, I didn't see, right, any of the fights because of my freaking thing problem, my electricity problem. I've had no electricity, I went to my brother's today just to charge my phone, or yesterday, I should say, just to charge my phone late last night. So that was, but by that, I agree with, like some fights end up that way. After work
Brian,
today, I will go back and rewatch the fights.
Brian, may I? So you're saying that fight was just like your phone dying of energy?
Dying of energy, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Well, I would say around 12:30, 1 o'clock last night, my electricity went off. Well, like the whole neighborhood's electricity went off. Anywhere close. Some of the power lines were down due to the storms. So, electricity just popped on there about half an hour, 45 minutes ago.
Wait a minute, look what HLD said. Look what HLD, the canvas was trashy and slippery. Plus, fighting in front of his hometown country maybe put some pressure for the KO instead of setting up his punches. You might be right, HLD. You might be right. I don't know about the trashy and slippery part.
No. He's definitely right about that. I don't know what the hell they had going on in the corner, but some type of way, I don't know if it seemed like they just poured water on the damn canvas, bro. Like I was like, any fighter who went in that on that side of the ring was slipping. And I'm not sure once again what was going on, but it definitely, they had let water soak into the canvas, and it was causing a lot of problems in the fight because and I got to go look this dude's name up who he was fighting.
They should bring back the old school shit that they put rosin square blocks that you got to step on that shit and motherfuckers so your feet won't slip. Back then, you ain't see no many slipping problems back in the days.
Yeah. you know, are you sure it wasn't massage oil? It was just, one of them
Massage oil. Oh, that's a good
massage oil. One of them little massages or something. And then,
I gotta tell you though. I gotta tell you my impression of that fight because I got there in the second round. I didn't get to watch it. I was having a problem with my stream. I got there in the second round, and I gotta tell you, right side was right, man. That was a sloppy fight. But I gotta say this, all right. Sometimes fighters get those fights. Sometimes it's a sloppy fight, and I'm sorry, but Zepeda's opponent, he was a wild card, man. I swear to God, I thought I saw him throwing windmills, but
yeah. Plus, he was a late replacement.
yeah, he was a late.
From what I've heard, you know, he was like very last minute replacement.
What's
So
his,
you know,
what's his name?
Zepeda wouldn't have had any time to prepare.
What's the guy's name again?
I don't know his name, but he was meant to
His
fight.
name was Windmill Harry.
Okay, yeah, we all on the same page then. We good.
You know,
my thing is, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Go ahead, continue, Brian.
no, he was meant to fight. He was meant to fight out. What's his name? Frickin' again.
I think a lot of people ate cucumbers because we're forgetting a lot of shit today. So,
well, maybe because I didn't see it the weekend. You know. You know, he's meant to fight a guy named Caesar or something like that. There, Caesar. He's meant to fight a guy named Caesar, but it was a lit replacement.
Because the thing is, I like Zepeda. I like both Zepedas. I like Jose Zepeda. I like Jose Zepeda, and I definitely like William Zepeda because of his last fight. But you run into this sometimes because, like, one of my favorite fighters, if you guys don't know, one of my favorite fighters is Sanchez, Frank Sanchez. All right,
yeah,
I love Frank Sanchez, and I keep telling everyone he's going to be in about 2 years. He's going to be the champion. 2 or 3 years, he's going to be, you know, the heavyweight champion. But that last fight that you seen him in with Christian Hammer, you know, you would know that he was really good because Christian Hammer wouldn't come out of his box. The motherfucker, all he did was cover up and never engaged with Sanchez. And Sanchez is a counterpuncher. If you know Sanchez at all, he's a counterpuncher, and this puts you in a very awkward spot. So
it made for a very boring fight as well because
it did.
Sanchez isn't going to go for it, which I don't expect him to. But as well as Hammer didn't come for it either. Well, he did to some degree, but not really. And so, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it made for a boring fight, and although I thought that Frank Sanchez did what he needed to do to win the fight, and he got the win, but it didn't show his talents and skills in the ring.
Exactly.
Isn't Sanchez a Cuban fighter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if he's a Cuban fighter and he's been because Cuban, they start you at an early age, move you up through the rankings and all that shit. He should have been able to understand. Okay, I need to be now aggressive, but counter aggressive, you know, and lure him into my counter punches. And take the moment to be aggressive, but also defensive at the same time.
Yeah, but he got Christian Hammer on a 2 or 3 week notice. He was a replacement fighter.
Yeah, but come on, bro. You know how many fights the Cuban fighters had, bro?
Yeah, this is true.
As amateurs, bro.
The same Christian Hammer got stopped a few weeks prior to Fury, John Fury, or not John Fury, one of the Fury brothers,
Huey Fury.
Huey Fury. So, you know, Huey Fury, right? But, geez, I'm forgetting a lot of things today. I think I'm starting to sober up.
No, I think you're getting like me in Electrojet.
Yeah, probably. My memory. Yeah, well, I'm
too much wisdom in your head.
Tomorrow, so I'm getting old. I'm 39 tomorrow, so I'm getting old.
Young man.
Getting older. And I'm also getting any younger.
I'm the youngest person on the panel?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I need to shut up and start listening. I'm quiet. Hey, y'all got to educate me because bro just said he turning 39, bro. I'm 33. You know what I'm saying?
There you go, man. There you
I
go.
think I'm the second oldest. Electro J got me by what?
I don't know, 20 years. I don't fucking
No,
know.
man, come on, man, stop that. Fucking,
I'm
you got me by
56.
2 years, right?
I'm 56.
Yeah, you got me by 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
3 years, yeah. 3 years. 3 years.
All right.
Yeah.
So okay. So we got so Zepeda. I give Zepeda a pass for his performance because it's correct when you say even Zepeda he didn't look at it. He didn't look his best. I mean, he wasn't setting up those punches, and of course, yeah, the same. Maybe he was nervous being in front of a home crowd, and them expecting so much that could put a lot of pressure on a fighter.
Yeah.
And I get
Top
that.
fighters, I feel like got more strings to their bow, which means if one plan A ain't working, they can go to plan B, and if plan B ain't working, they can go to plan C.
Yeah.
Right. So if he's just going to be a counter puncher, someone will find a way to negate that if he ain't got anything else.
Well, in this fight, my thing was that I thought that Zepeda, with the level of fighter he was fighting, I thought he was coming. Zepeda, he was controlling the ring. He was coming forward, but I just think it was an awkward. It wasn't even an awkward style. It was awkward. The other fighter, I think his name was. I just looked it up. It was Angel or something. William Angel Videz or some shit. But
yeah,
there were certain times in the fight where you just was like, "What the hell is this dude doing?" Like he would literally put his head down and just run forward. You know what I mean? Like he literally just run forward, and it's like
he thought he was in the medieval time, rhyming speed.
Exactly. But this is the only problem I really had because of the style that the guy was fighting. I can understand Zepeda having issues. The problem I had was you got knocked down by him, and once again, I'm not sure how clean of a real knockdown that was. Also, besides getting knocked down, I think the ref deducted a point for him for I don't know what, and so it ended up being kind of a 9-7 round because I thought that outside of the knockdown and the point deducted, I thought Zepeda won the round. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah. That was an unusual round. Let me ask you: did you see that late punch that happened?
The who?
The late punch that Zepeda gave him when it happened, dude was already down.
The punch to the body. The punch to the body, yeah.
Yeah, right. He was already in the middle of a combination. Boy, he hit that dude in his ribs hard.
You seen what happened? Dude was on his knees, and next thing you know, he was laid out and laid on his stomach and was like, "I'm done. I'm good."
No, he got.
I saw that part. Yeah, I did see that part. That was a late ass shot, and the fucking ref didn't even say nothing.
Yeah, that was dude. That was a nasty shot.
Yeah,
but the real question is what do y'all think Zepeda is? Because I believe he's at 135 right now.
HLD got it. HLD said he took a point away for using elbows.
Okay, it was elbows. I didn't see elbows like that. Well, even if he was, I never saw the ref warn him. I never like when a ref takes control and takes a point from a fighter without giving at least 2 warnings, in my opinion, unless it's low blows or something like that. In that situation, I didn't like the ref deducting the point from Zepeda because he hadn't been warned, and kind of how it happened. I just didn't see too much. The actual knockdown was ruled a slip. I didn't see anything that changed the fight there, so I don't know why a point was deducted. But HLD, appreciate you for educating me once again.
Yeah, that's true though. What you were saying. Normally, if it's a flagrant foul, like like a intentional elbow type shit, yeah, the referee should jump in. But you're right, referee, if they do it once, it's a warning. Second, stern warning. Third, take a point. You're right.
Yeah. I do agree. I do agree with that, right? The low blow thing, I get it because all it takes is one to really disrupt the fighter. Like, if a fighter does that once accidental, yeah, you can get it. If a fighter does that a second time, that's usually when I would permit a referee to take a point off. But anything else, first, second, third warning. First warning, second warning, third just excessive at this point. Take that point away. But if a referee does not give a fighter a warning, then and he takes a point off, then for me that's just bad refereeing.
Yeah, like Lawrence Cole did in Salido versus Lomachenko.
Yeah. He used Loma's nutsack as a speedball. That's what he was doing there. He was it was just using a speedball.
It's just like what was it, Sanchez versus Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah. The other fight too, Errol Spence Jr. versus Porter. Have you ever seen the first few rounds of that fight?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I know, like I was blatant as well, And the other one, Kovalev versus Son of God. I forget his freaking name off the top of my head. But,
Good morning, Toby. How you doing? Listen, guys, somebody just made a donation. I want to show them some love. Danny Drew, I'm gonna play this just for you guys. To you guys in the panel, y'all might understand this one for sure. OG, you'll definitely understand this. Let me play this for.
You need me to go get Goldust for you?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not.
Have you ever heard him do Goldust?
No, wait, don't go there, please. But I want to share this. I want to play this for Danny Drew. Danny, you'll understand why I'm playing it for you, brother. Here we go. Hold on a second. Let me share this, and all right, there it is. And here we go.
Snap, crackle, creak, and then I pop. It's how my body sounds every time when I get up. Joints are crackling like the cereal. Getting older can be such a pain, but I'm still an OG, even with my walking cane. I got orthopedic Nike, so my feet are not in pain, cause comfort's more important when you're older. My arthritis acts up when it gets colder. Gravity is pulling down my shoulders. It's like I'm shrinking each year I get older. From 6'5", now I'm down to 6'1". And staying home all night is my idea of fun, yeah. From this OG's perspective, gotta be in bed by 9 is now my brand new objective. Cause I gotta get plenty of sleep, lie by my feet. Cause I know I'm gonna wake up and pee. I hold it all day, then I pee all night. Just like a baby who's confused and thinks the day is the night. I drink my coffee every morning to warm my blood, cause it's gonna take a minute to start me up. But once I get going, I ain't never gonna stop, unless you wanna hang out after 9 o'clock. My bones snap, crackle, creaking, and then they pop.
Danny, that was for you, brother.
Danny, I feel your pain, my brother.
Yeah.
I feel your pain from air assault, from jumping out of planes. I feel your pain, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. And it'll definitely go to whatever I get enough money for first, the VPN. First is going to go towards the VPN. Whatever I get after that goes straight to the StreamYard. And I appreciate that, Danny. Much love, brother. But getting back to what you guys think, I love that song, man. That dude.
Oh, that thing was so true. He said he was 6'5". He's now 6'1".
I've been 5'9" since I was 18. So what will I be in 10 years' time? I'll be like 5'4". I'll be retro dad.
You'll be. Oh, shut up, man. Oh my God. Yeah, Danny says if I move any slower, I'll be going in reverse. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to give him some love. Because I don't have like super chat or anything like that. I definitely got to let him know I saw it, and thank you. Much love from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate that. Moving forward, though, HLD says Zepeda was fighting recklessly, almost desperately. He should have been DQ'd. To be honest, I hope they do a film study on last night's performance and correct the BS. He's ready for top five competition. Yes, I do believe that he is ready for top five. You couldn't tell from last night's performance, but most definitely he's ready for top five. That being said, we lost. Oh, there he is. Right side came back. There you go. What's up? Welcome back, right side. Did you hear the song, right side?
Definitely heard the song, bro. And hey, salute, man. Salute to you for that. Hey, I don't fall into that category yet, but hopefully one day I can
You'll
fall
get
into that
there.
category.
You'll get
You'll
there.
get
Don't
there.
worry about it. You'll get there.
You'll
You'll
get there.
understand.
Yeah, just
I'm
don't
starting to
rush
get there
it.
now,
Just
so.
don't rush it.
All right, so moving forward. All right, let's talk about the gigantic, enormous elephant from this weekend. What do you guys got to say about the
Hold up. Are you going to talk about the puffer and the masturbator?
No, that's another time. Okay, hold on
I
a
thought
second.
you was talking about Cal Brook.
Well, yeah,
Cal
no,
Brook
yes, you're right. Yes, I am. I am talking about Calbrook. What's up, Unrivaled Boxing in the house? What's up, Mark? How you doing, brother?
Bad boy.
What up?
Yo, what up, Mark? How you doing?
Mark, yeah, we're just gonna. So let's discuss. Let's discuss the Brooks fight last night, and what was each individual's take of it. Plus, I also want to discuss what should Kell Brook do now, because if I start this one off, I'm gonna say he should retire. Most definitely, he should retire on a high note. But I thought the fight last night, man, I was surprised. I was surprised. Well, no, I can't say I was surprised, but I can say this: I was pleasantly enthusiastic about what happened for sure. I think justice had been served, in my honest opinion, and it was a good fight. I thought it was an excellent fight. What are your guys' thoughts on it personally? Mark, you're new here. You want to start it off?
Nope.
Nope. All right. So who wants to jump on that one?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
Pretty much how I thought it would happen. Justice was served. One thing that gets me with Khan is I want to ask Mark a question. It's a very simple. From him being an amateur, from Amir Khan being an amateur, him being at the Olympics, has Amir Khan's style ever evolved?
Yes.
For me, he fights the same way then as he fights in the Olympics. You know, I'm on about style, right? I'm not on about growth and all that. You know, being stronger and all that. There, I'm on about style, right? For me, he's the same boxer that fought in the Olympics. His style really hasn't evolved, and to the point, he is the most wobbly leg fighter I've ever seen in my life. You hit his chin, he's gonna wobble. You know, like I've seen that guy wobble around the ring more times. He should have a wobbling section. Anybody who wobbles in the ring for any reason, you know, there should be an Amir Khan promo of him wobbling. Every time he gets touched in the chin, you feel like he's going down. I thought Kell Brook boxed well. I thought he countered well. Amir was missing a lot of punches. Like I'll say he landed like 20% of his punches, because if you look at it, every time he threw 5 punches, he landed 1 punch. You know, out of the 5, I thought Kell Brook, not quick movement. I thought he had good timing on his movement, especially his head movement. Khan's always in position to get hit. Even when Khan's throwing punches, his head movement is non-existent. All you had to do is throw something right down the pipe or a hook, because he ain't ducking, he ain't getting his head out of the way. You know, his style hasn't changed in that paradigm, right? You look for Bradis Prescott, he got caught. He got caught in transition when he was throwing punches. You look at Danny Garcia, he got caught in transition. You look at Canelo Alvarez, he got caught in transition. You know, you look last night, he got caught. Mount Peterson also caught him several times. He survived Maidana, who caught him a couple of times when he was punching in transition. Right, his style hasn't changed his whole career, and even when he's throwing punches, that is when he is most acceptable to getting caught. Because if you throw at the same time as Khan, there's a great chance you're going to land on him because of his lack of upper body and head movement. And he is one of the easiest fighters, especially later on in fights, or as you get into the second and third round. He's one of the easiest fighters, I would say, to land shots because he walks into punches. He throws 3-4 punches. Instead of him stepping back, he comes forward. And then he moves back. And
he falls into his punches.
Instead of him being equally balanced, throwing punches with a half step back. And that's what happened last night. Kell Brook boxed well. He didn't have to box great to beat Khan, but he boxed well and he did what he had to do. And a lot of the time he was hurting Khan was when Khan was in transition, throwing punches, getting caught on the counter. So that's pretty much how I saw the fight. It was a good fight. It was entertaining, and many times I thought Khan was out of there. He stood tall. He's a tough son of a bitch. He doesn't want to quit. But you feel like every time you land on him, this is the time he's going to get knocked out. In that way, it's exciting. But, Kell Brook should retire. I don't want to see him fight Chris Eubank Jr., and I think that's what's going to happen next. That's me.
I a lot of what you said I agree with. I think one of the biggest Amir Khan's biggest problem is his balance. He lets his hands get ahead of his feet, and when you let your hands get ahead of your feet, then if you do get caught with anything, you're off balance. And it's just, I thought the fight was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be a stoppage. I thought Kell Brook would stop him in the late to mid rounds. I didn't think it would be the ref stopping it. I thought it would actually be a knockout. But I think the Amir Khan, like you say, his biggest problem is his balance. He has very fast hands, but his feet aren't able to keep up with his hands, and so he ends up being on one foot throwing punches, and you can't be too effective fighting that way. The other thing, though, is once Kell Brook started running his shots down the middle, when he started running them down the middle is when Amir Khan actually ended up in trouble. Early in the fight, there were some wide hooks, some wide overhands that Kell Brook was throwing, and Amir Khan was able to see him and get out of the way of them. When it started to be ran right down the pipe, I think the end was there. We saw the end come much faster than we thought it was going to come. And people always, people joke that Amir Khan doesn't have a chin, but my God, in that sixth round, that first punch was a jab from Kell Brook, and that jab had Amir Khan wobbling all around the ring. And so I think before the fight, Amir Khan said that he wasn't going to retire, win, lose, or draw, but I'm glad to see that he's retiring. I don't think I question if he really has the stamina and the styles to fight some of these newer fighters, and I think he could really get hurt. Kell Brook, I'm not going to say I want to see him retire yet. I don't want to see him fight Chris Eubanks.
Yeah, same.
I don't want to see that fight, but I think an individual like Keith Thurman, I think that Kell Brook can give Keith Thurman a lot of issues. And And with Keith Thurman being elevated to number 3 in the WBC overnight, I'm not sure how that happened, but it did. I think I think that should be the next touch-up fight for Keith Thurman. And if Keith Thurman can't win that fight, then I think Kell Brook now is, and I don't mean to say this in a negative way, but he's going to start to become, if he stays in the sport, he's going to start to become a gatekeeper for that division unless he moves up to 154. I don't like any of the fights for him at 154. So it's a tough call, and I just now that I'm thinking about it, he may need to retire because I don't see too many more positive fights for him moving forward.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Who's next?
I look at Khan. He never changes his style. That's why Freddie Roach, as many fucking coaches he'd been through, he didn't never want to change his style because he throws the same shit, that fucking jab cross jab or jab cross cross, and he runs in forward like everybody was just mentioning. He got a glass fucking jaw. When Brook timed him on that jab, and Khan went to throw his first jab Russian combo, he ran flush into that straight jab, and that's what wobbled him because it hit him straight down the pipe in his chin. And we all know he got a glass fucking jaw. Yeah. And his jaw can't withstand it. Doesn't matter if you go up or down, regardless if he was ranked number 11, whatever. And for me, Kell Brook did a good job. Even though they try to dehydrate him, but they fucked up and gave it a good dehydration level. So they thought they was going to diminish him, but he came in perfect for it. I didn't like when he threw some of the wild overhand rights that he was throwing, or trying to throw a straight right hand, but it turned into an overhand right because he was dipping to his left and he wasn't timing it correctly. But when he slowed down and timed him right, he caught him every time he wanted to hit him. I don't think he should fight anymore in 147. And who's out there in 154? The only ones that I see is Castaño and Charlo. I don't see anybody else, but I think he should just retire. He's 35 years. He got money. He should just fucking be happy on what he accomplished. He was a champion before. He got to fight the guy that ran from him basically all through his career. And just leave it like that and just ride off to sunset. Eat a chocolate brownie on the same way on his horse. You know? I'm just saying. Yeah.
And real quick to kind of piggyback off of what you said at 154, like you said, Charlo, Castaño, even when you look at some of the lesser, not necessarily lesser fighters, but not necessarily the top fighters, the Lauras, the Lubins, the Fondoras, I think they all give Kell Brook a problem. And,
I think so. I don't want
Fondora is that 6'6" guy, right?
Yeah.
And
I think Rosario beats him. You know, like I don't really see Kell fighting anyone. And as OJ Biggie said about Khan's been to some of the best trainers in the world. Khan has had, you know, some of the Virgil Hunter. He's been to,
Bomac.
He's been to all of them, bro.
He's been with everybody. Facts.
He's been with everybody, and nobody.
But you can't fix a trainer can't fix a chin. Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying that, right? I'm not. I'm not. But all the trainers she's been with, his style has never adapted. So does this come to the point where is Amir Khan uncoachable? He's just
No,
going
I
he's just going
disagree. I
to
disagree heavily. I'm actually kind of done listening to everything I've been listening to. I stayed quiet there for about 12 minutes. Saying Amir Khan's style never evolved is just flat out wrong. When he was fighting against Devin Alexander and he fought Louis Collazo, those two fights were under Virgil Hunter and his style completely changed. He was a jab dominant fighter who would push through and shift off of the line. He was excessively defensively responsible and he kept his left hand up. He wasn't throwing in sequence on the move as much, but instead, when he was throwing in sequence, he would be doing it when he was sitting down on his shots, and he'd be leaning his head back out to the right instead. There was a massive change in his style under Virgil Hunter, and I won't accept anything less. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry, but I heavily disagree, and I suggest people rewatch those two fights against them while he was under Virgil Hunter. There was a massive change in Amir Khan under Virgil.
No,
He actually did do a
talking
good
about
job.
this
No,
fight,
he
Mark.
did do a good job. When people, no, it's not. I don't care. To be perfectly honest, if people say its styles never changed or whatever, it did. It was Virgil Hunter. It was Virgil Hunter did do a good job, and I actually hate Virgil Hunter, but he
Yeah,
did a good job on Amir Khan.
the silent speaker. Yeah, I just saw that he relapsed to the same pattern on this fight. I didn't say
Yeah.
that it never changed. I just saying that in this fight,
the majority of fights. Yeah, right.
he looked like the same Khan that had that same jab, cross. That's it. And he rushes in. I'm like, I didn't like when he was under Freddie Roach, he wasn't doing that. He was more offensive and then attack when he needed to, because I think was he under Freddie Roach with Madonna in the Madonna fight?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. And you know, like I knew he was under Virgil, but I wasn't sure which fight he was, and he looked good in that fight, throwing it.
The Palazzo and Devin Alexander fights. He was
Yeah.
over Virgil, and he looked fucking amazing.
See, it's just that I think that you can't a fighter if you don't have the right blueprint and you don't have the right chemistry with and have the trust in your coach on training you and having a game plan, then yeah, you know, you're gonna resort back to what you know, what you was comfortable with. You know, some fighters do that shit, unfortunately, but shit happens.
When I saw when I heard about the fight and just before I saw the fight live and stuff, I had predicted that Khan would win because I thought for sure that he would have the advantage, and well, a lot of people thought I was foolish for thinking that. When I saw the fight and I saw Khan, I saw that Brooks was able to pick away at Khan's defense. Not that it was that difficult, and then for that jab to wobble Khan's legs, I was like, oh, this does not bode well at all for the rest of the fight. I didn't understand because I thought for sure he was going to negate anything Brooks had for him. I thought for sure, and that just wasn't the case. I just didn't know. I didn't understand that one.
It's not like in the fight Brooke did anything spectacular, right? He just started timing Khan on the way in, and that's usually how you defeat Khan. You know, you got to time him because you know he's going to come in, he's going to throw a lot of punches. You know, and for me, Khan, he's snappy punches, but he's never really hit to the point where you know any of these top guys, you know, he's like they're going to fear his power. But you know, at times he could be a very snappy puncher, where you know you feel it, but you think, you know, this guy ain't going to knock me out, right? So I think if you can stand in there and withstand, and if you can throw at the same time as Khan for the majority, you're going to catch him clean, because a lot of times, he's going to be straight down the middle. And if you can land that punch straight down the middle, you're going to land on his chin, and you're going to see him wobble, because he can land 6-7 punches on you. All you had to do is just land one good punch on him, and you see his legs wobble. And that's been his problem throughout his career. Anytime somebody landed a clean shot in his chin, he wobbles. A lot of fighters try to hide that shit. He's like, his legs go shaky. And he looks like he's on dream streak. He looks like he doesn't know where he is half the time once he gets in that mode. And it gets to this point where he feels like a manhood. Come on, let's fight. And he'll wheel the fighter in. And he'll start talking shit. But there's always something with Khan. I always felt like just throw a clean punch down the pipe, you're going to land on his chin. Doesn't matter who you're fighting. That's how I honestly felt. And I've seen that happen way too often. If you could throw at the same time as Khan and you land a punch right down the pipe, you're going to land on his chin. Now, I actually, for the prediction league, I picked that fight a draw because I just thought that was funny.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, bro. I'll be honest with you. When I was in here and you said, yeah, it went exactly how I thought it was going to go, right? And then I seen your pick in the prediction league. I'm like, why the fuck is Brian lying? He picked the draw.
No, but I did. I just thought that was funny because that fight should have happened 8 years ago, and I thought, you know what? There's probably a rematch clause in there, and if it's anywhere close on the scorecards, if it does go to the scorecards, I can see them just putting it a draw, right? And
right.
But
what you're saying is, right? You really, really did exactly how you thought it was going to go. Was Kell Brook was going to beat the fuck out of him, right? For 6 fucking rounds, and the fight would be over. So why the fuck would you pick going the distance?
because I'm a stupid motherfucker, and I just thought it was funny.
Well, at least that's not as bad as me. I thought Khan would win, so hey. At least you picked the right one.
I just.
Hey, I picked Amir Khan in the prediction league. I bet a lot of money on both of them though, because the odds were crazy. Do you know where I won my money? The fight to end in a stoppage and nobody to get knocked down was 7.5 to 1.
Yeah. Right.
Wow.
Here's my right. That fight in my mind, right? If they fought in their prime, that's how I saw that fight going. Right. Here's my thing now, right? If they both guys fought in their prime, that's how I saw that fight going. Right.
Draw?
So no, not the draw. Like what happened there, except for I thought Khan would be out in his feet and knocked out. Probably around round 6 or 7. That you know what I mean? Like, but everything else, if they were in their prime, that's how I saw the fight going. Here's my thing. I didn't know what shape both guys would go in, and I, at that point, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pick a draw for the prediction league. But in the back of my mind, I always believe Kell Brook would beat Khan. I always believed that. Right?
You know what? I never
5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I believe that would have happened.
I never did. I never thought that. Well, no, I can't. You know what? I can't even say that for real, because I wasn't heavily into boxing back then. But there's certain fights and certain fighters that I would look at or watch. I back then, just passively, I always thought Khan would beat Brooks. But man, what I saw last night, I think it was deserved. Honestly, it was a well-deserved victory for Brooks, I think. Kudos to him. But honestly, I really want to see him retire on a high note instead of taking a chance, because I saw someone, who was it, said that that Khan would be a good tune-up for Thurman. I don't think that'd be a tune-up. I think that'd be a slaughter. Or honestly, I don't think. I think he should just leave on a high note. Honestly,
Yeah.
I just go out on a high note. Don't push it. Don't push the. I don't think he should push it. Honestly,
Yeah.
That
I
was
think
me
Kel.
who
I think
said-
Kel should retire. Both guys should.
didn't Khan say he was going to retire?
Yeah, Khan did say he was going to retire. For me, Kel should also retire. I don't want to see these two guys right. I don't want to see these two guys get hurt to the point where, in 15, 20 years from now, they're staggering, like lumbering about. A lot of football players here, I think over the last year or so, soccer players, like older soccer players, especially defenders, have died of dementia. I think it's something like in the UK and Ireland and all that there. I think 40 football players professional football players over the last year and a half have died of dementia and had dementia, So
they've been doing studies on football, or what we call soccer. That doing headers and a lot of doing a lot of hits with the heads and stuff that is causing some of the players dementia. And what was that research study, they call it brain trauma or something like that.
Right. I don't want to see these guys later on in life, 10, 15, 20 years from now, both walking around with dementia. I think they should just both quit. I think if Brooke carries on, I think he's going to get hurt, like badly. So I don't want to see that, even though I am a narcissist and I like seeing young people get hurt. Why I do. But old man, I don't really like seeing it.
That's because you're old.
Yeah, maybe because I'm old, but I think young men can recover quicker, if you know what I mean, to what's happening.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see older guys taking the same punishment as maybe a 25, 26, 27-year-old, would be able to, I don't want to see that, because I think they've given enough to the sport, and I want to see both guys retire now.
Yeah, they rich.
If he fight,
They both got money. I mean, there's no need, right? I mean, they're both well off.
Like if he fights Chris Eubank Jr., right? I'm not Chris Eubank Jr.'s biggest fan, right? That's like a
How
slaughter.
old is Chris Eubank Jr.?
What is he? 28, 29 years old, 30 maybe?
He's in his 30s.
Is he in his 30s?
He is. He's not young. Everybody
Maybe
seems to
not,
think
no.
he's young because his name is Junior, right? But he's not actually young. He's 32.
Well, there you go. But he's still got a little bit in the tank.
Yeah, that they
You
consider
guys do.
32 at your pinnacle of your height
Yeah.
of your
Yeah.
Prime.
35 is diminishing.
It's also the fights you've had and the wars you've had. Eubank's not really been in many wars. He's been in some tough boxing matches, but not many wars. Ken Brooks been in fucking wars, bro. And he's
Yeah.
a welterweight. Chris Eubank's been up to 168.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
All the best wins of his career were at 168.
Wait, Chris Eubanks fought at 168 for real?
Yep.
He has wins over Arthur Abraham and James DeGale. Do you think they took place at middleweight, bro?
No. Okay, I got you. Damn, I didn't follow him that much, and I didn't know that much about him. But yeah.
He fought in the World Boxing Super Series 168 tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. And I think Chris Eubank Jr. kills Kell Brook.
There's just no
Honestly,
point to the fight.
there's no point.
There's no point.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there's no point to that.
That's a duck. That's a duck for. I don't like calling fighters ducks, but if he fights Kell Brook, then like it's one of the biggest mismatches in a long time.
Would it be at 160?
It will be at 160 because Chris Eubank Jr. ain't moving down to.
Cal said 155. I don't say my name.
Well, that's fair enough.
Does that anyway? This is for my wife. Does anyone know when Loma is fighting again? Because she wants to see a Loma fight.
His fight hasn't been officially scheduled, but the biggest rumor is for June 5th against George Kambosos for the unified lightweight lineal championship.
That's what you were reading too? Oh my God, my wife is reading boxing news. Oh God, I ruined her. I ruined her.
There's such a good joke on that.
Don't go there.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
You're not the only one who has.
Oh, did you hear the news? I gave the news at the beginning of my stream. I'm down to 311.2 now from 313.6 last week. So
Hell yeah.
Steady losses.
no, we
Yeah,
didn't.
I'm down.
You kicked my ass.
I'm down to 289. So I'll take that.
Oh, and another thing is I will be purchasing or trying to get me a heavy bag for the back porch. I think it's important because I'm getting a lot. Look, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but look at this shit. Since the weight loss, look at that crap. I got that flabber thing going on there, and that's just like disgusting. I got to get a bag of some sort and start punching that bag.
I know.
Hey, what's up, Brandon Lee in the house? Loma is best. What's up? Welcome in. Salute. John McSmith. Well, he's been here for a while. Salute to you guys for hanging out with me. Also, salute to the panel. I got Brian Harkin. I got OG Boogie. I got Unrivaled Boxing Talk, and I got Right Side in the house, hanging out with me, talking about the aftermath of this weekend's fighting. I got to say though, after all this, and after we've talked about what do we got for the near future? What are the upcoming fights that we should be paying attention to the most? That's coming up like within the next month or so. Because I know we got a couple of good fights coming up in 2 weeks. Let me look at this.
Well, Catterall fighting next week. Catterall and
Josh Taylor.
Josh Taylor. Yeah, Josh Taylor. That's right.
Brian, you motherfucker. Did you really go, we've got the Catterall versus Thing fight?
Yeah, well, I was gonna lead into Chocolatito versus Martinez.
That's not until the 5th of March, but did you really, really remember Jack Catterall and not Josh Taylor, bro?
My head's going.
No,
I'm
Irish.
getting old, man. Plus, I'm feeling dizzy.
Bro, y'all know what's so crazy? Next week, and I'm probably gonna be biased for saying this, but I'll take that. I think the Catterall Taylor fight is gonna be a great fight, but I think Taylor wins that fight. After Taylor wins, I think he's gonna go ahead and move up to 147 and drop the belts. And because that's gonna happen, the fight that I'm really interested in next week is Victor Postile versus Gary Antoine Russell Jr.
Antoine Russell Jr. Yeah.
And the reason being is because I think that's going to be one of the fights that sets the new landscape after Josh Taylor drops the belts. I think that's going to be a fight because if Victor Postile wins that fight, I think he's right in contention once again to be a champion. But I also think that if Antoine Russell wins that fight, then he'll be elevated into a different position to be a champion. So I'm looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, no, that's a good fight.
Is that Gary Russell Jr.'s brother?
Yeah,
Yeah, they all brothers. It's like 5.
I tell you,
something. I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm looking at all of the 140-pound rankings right now. Neither Victor Postol or Gary Antoine Russell is in the top 10. Neither of them are in the top 10 of any rankings. Like, they're not in the WBC's top 10, the WBA's top 10, the IBF's top 10, or the WBO's top 10.
Where are you looking? Where are you looking at that at?
I'm looking at the WBO's, the IBF's, the WBA's, and the WBC's rankings.
Yep. Chris Corbett's also fighting next weekend, which
Who's the top 5 in each?
Yeah, outside of Josh Taylor. So in the WBC, Jose Ramirez is 1, Zepeda is 2, Prograis is 3. Oh no, Postol's in the top 10 here in the WBC. He's 4, and Barboza is 5. Then in the WBA, Puello is 1, Barroso is 2, O'Hara Davies is somehow 3, Sandor Martin is 4, and Batir Akhmedov is 5. Shit rankings. IBF, Ponce is 1, Matthias is 2, Liam Paro is 3, Ergashev is 4, and Prograis is 5. And WBO, Jack Catterall is 1, Barboza is 2, Pardo is 3, Jose Pedraza is 4, and Jose Zepeda is 5.
Is Matisse that guy from Puerto Rico with the
Matias, Subrio Matias, yeah, the one who killed Maxim Dadashev.
Yeah.
He's
a tough son. I like him. I like him though. He's all action.
I was gonna say Matias stands in the pocket and he gonna slug with you and let the best man win. I love to watch him fight. I don't recommend anybody fight that style though because it's concussion driven because you can't just stand in the middle of the ring and throw punches. But I love to watch Matias do it.
Yeah, I like Matias. It a good fight. Probably around June last year. What was the EMU fight? What's the fuck? That guy killed a guy as well in the ring.
How recent was that?
Yeah, Junkabayev.
He took a life in the Emmys. Took a life in the Emmys.
Yeah, Junkabayev. That was a good fight. So it was.
What's up, Pounds? How you doing, buddy?
I enjoyed that last year.
So what about isn't the cruiserweight title up?
Who's Mad Max?
What's it? Was it Okoli?
Yeah, Lawrence Okoli is fighting against Michael Cieslik.
That's a good fight.
Is that on the same card as Taylor and Catterall?
No, they're on 2 separate cards. They're on two separate networks.
That's
they're on
next
2
Sunday,
separate days, actually. They're on
That's
2
next
separate
Sunday.
days.
So it's on a Sunday? That fight's on a Sunday?
Yeah, it's its own card on a Sunday, and we don't even know if that fight is still going ahead because the O2's roof got blown off.
Heavy
Wait,
ones.
what got blown up? What? Say that again.
The roof of the arena got blown off where they're scheduled to fight.
Oh, no shit.
Heavy ones. Yep. Actually, I saw that. I was like, isn't the Okoli fight happening there? Because I saw that in TikTok. They were actually showing the roof being blown off, and I'm like, isn't the Lawrence Okoli fight happening there?
Do you want to know what the real fucked up part is, Brian? When people told me that the O2's roof got blown off, I didn't even think about the Okoli fight, right? Now, maybe this is going to sound really bad. I didn't for 1 second even think that he was headlining at the O2. I think that's a fucking big, massive waste because, like, no offense, he ain't drawing in 16,000 people.
No, that's true though. But it's a good. The Cieslik fight too. I think is a good fight. I like Cieslik, so I'm looking forward. That's a big step up for Okoli.
Yeah,
Cieslik's tough. He's durable. He's able to go rounds. He's long. He's got a good jab. He's decent movement. That's a tough fight for Okoli. I actually like that. I actually like that fight. And Cessna got good timing as well, and his punches. He's not the most fluent guy, but he's got good timing and his punches as well. So
Real quick, I want to thank somebody for a donation on the Cash App right side. Thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you very much. I don't know what to say. I just I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone that's been trying to help out the channel. Thank you very much, and it will be going towards the VPN because that's the first thing I'm going to get, and then the next thing will be the full StreamYard version of this, so I can have more people up there. But again, thanks. If anyone does want to donate, it's down there scrolling on the bottom. The Cash App is $ElectroJed65 and PayPal.me /ElectroJed. Huh, what, baby? Oh, yeah. Well, it's scrolling on the bottom. I'm not good at this. You know that. Anyway, I want to thank you. Thank you very much, Right Side. I appreciate that, my brother. And
Hey, man,
moving on.
much love and support, brother. Much love.
Yeah,
And
I
support.
appreciate it. I really do. You don't know how that. I don't usually do this, man. But when I saw those prices, and I said I couldn't do it. I can't do it. Not with as little bill as these bills I got. You want to donate, honey?
Yeah.
You can pay me in sex later.
Well, I was just gonna. There's some $100 bills in your speedo.
No, we don't. I don't wear a speedo. What the fuck? Don't believe that bullshit.
I do not want to believe that bullshit. That is a scary image.
That's a mental image in my head I want to get out of right now. Otis.
First of all,
Oh
fuck
my
you
God.
both.
Hey, real quick. Hey, guys. So
How does that work with the cane, though?
Oh God.
When he wears the speedo, he's
About the freaking time.
suspenders.
She's not going to go to work.
Where's the
Eh,
suspenders?
is that what suspenders are? A speedo?
Hey, geez, I didn't even realize the freaking time, guys. I got to get up and go to work. See you.
Oh shit.
Thank you, everyone. I
Hey,
forget.
hey, I was just about to say, bro. I'm tapping out. I'm on East Coast time. It's 3:30 where I'm at, so I'm out for the night, bro. So,
Again, I thank you, man. Much love. I appreciate the donation, and thank you very much. And thanks for subscribing too. I just saw that one up there. Right Side. It's been a pleasure having you here, and hopefully you'll be on future panels that I have. Much love again, my brother. Please, anytime.
much
You're
love and
more than
support, bro.
welcome here.
Always. I'm out.
Wait a minute. Loma is the best. Where no one said any gay stuff. My wife is right here. All right. So, anyway, thanks. Mark, you are a troublemaker, Mark. I swear.
What the fuck did I do?
You can't with the jabs and shit like that at me. See, you got my wife going.
What jabs? Bro, I didn't say nothing. She talked about you in the speedo first.
What I do?
You talked about the speedo, and then you got Mark going in. Mark's gonna, he never ends.
That's not true. I can end right now.
Oh no. But yeah, so I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Now, last thing I do want to talk about before we close this out, I was offered an idea, and I put it up on my channel. I'm trying to put together a trivia night, and it's got to be over. Like I need at least four individuals to get involved with this. I have one. Actually, I have two. I need two more people to get involved with the trivia night. There'll be a $50 cash prize. You'll be asked to pick a number, and out of that number, you pick whatever number you get. You're gonna get 25 questions, and the winner of the trivia will get a $50 cash
I
prize.
take number 0.
Well, no, it'll happen when it happens. Okay, I just want to.
Is it boxing trivia?
Yes, it's totally boxing trivia.
You're giving
Alright.
$100.
Huh? Oh God, I got some explaining to do. Okay.
You're giving someone $50.
Wait, babe, it's for the channel and it's boxing trivia.
Where are we gonna pull that out of our ass?
Well, actually,
Okay.
see, no, it's already covered, babe. It's already covered. I promise. I promise, it's already covered.
Don't worry, he's gonna put on some speedos and strip in the outside mall.
Really, OG? Really?
We're gonna do a car wash. Okay.
Or if not, he will be having a heavy dose of gold dust.
No. Gold Dust. You know his character, the one you laugh at all the time. She needs to hear Gold Dust.
No.
No. Never mind. No.
Even Mark don't like hearing gold
I
dust.
know Mark don't like Gold Dust at all. Brian's gonna take part in the trivia. He says if I win, you can keep the cash. No, we're giving the cash to the winner. That's how it works. The winner takes the cash. And right side, I appreciate you being up here, brother. But yeah, so if you are interested, please go to the back end of my channel. I know that doesn't sound right, but please go to the back end of my channel.
Only when he's wearing his
Check out that.
Bro, stop throwing them up, bro, like that for me, man. Stop. Why would you do that? Go to the back end. I'm on the panel. You're saying Mark doesn't stop. I'm right here. And you blame
then
me
you're
and
gonna
you say shit like that.
You're gonna say that, and gold dust is lurking around.
Well, I didn't know any other way to say it. I'll retract it. But if you go to my channel, look for the video that says trivia. That'll explain everything. Leave a comment there if you're interested in participating in the trivia. Other than that, I want to say thank you to the panel for hanging out with me, and thank you to the chat. I appreciate it. It is well over my time, though. I can't sit here too long or my legs start hurting. I love you guys. God bless you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.